Be me, 2 weeks ago, out at the deer lease with my friend. He says, "Hey Annan, I'm gonna head out." I'm bummed because it's only 5 p.m. and we were supposed to spend the rest of the night out there. 10-4, dude, catch you later. He leaves the blind and heads off through the woods towards the trucks. About 40 minutes later, I hear a tapping on the door. Look out the slide on the door. It's my buddy. He doesn't say shit, so I just let him in. Thought you were heading out, man. Knew you weren't gonna quit on me. Notice he doesn't have his rifle. Where's your gun, dude? Oh, left it at the truck. Oh well. Shit, you may as well have just gone home, haha. He just smiles and sat there. Didn't say a word except for the occasional grunt of acknowledgement and of interest. It weirds me out because he's normally a pretty social guy, always talking about UFC shit or Mass Effect. I ask, "You okay, bro?" All he says is, "Don't feel good, that's all." About 5:30 a.m. he says, "Hey Annan, I'm gonna head on out." Before I can even reply, he's gotten up and exited the blind, and I can hear him tromping through the woods. At the time I thought, well, thanks for scaring off the deer, fuckwit. But now that I think about it, he wasn't walking towards the trucks. He was walking kind of off the way. About 7 a.m. I decide, fuck it, I give up. Pack my shit and head to my truck. His truck is gone, so I think nothing of it. The reason I'm bringing this up is I talked to him earlier today and was asking if he felt better, and he looked at me confused and said, "What do you mean, Annan?" You know, after you came back to the blind, you said you weren't feeling good. Figured that's why you weren't running your mouth about quarry and pussy. He looked at me like I grew a second head and said, "Annan, dude, I didn't come back to the blind. I drove home, got home at 8, and went the fuck to bed." So yeah. Little brother is really into astronomy. He's about 7 years old. Likes to look at the stars and watch things. About 3 weeks ago, he spent literally the entire night looking at one part of space from his room. Never once moved. Didn't even eat. When he gets up about noon the next day, I ask him what he was looking at. "I was looking at the screaming stars." "What are you talking about, you little brat?" "There's a place I found where if you look at it, you can hear screaming." "No way." "I'll prove it to you." Wait until about 11 at night. Telescope hasn't moved since the other night. Look into it. Hear very faint screams. Eventually gets louder. Have to look away. I noped out and told her mom that she should take away his telescope. I'm never gonna look at the stars again. Be my father, 16 to 17 years old, living in a rural town in Castile, Spain. One of his friends recently found a cave and he wants to go explore it. Dad accepts. They arrive at the entrance. The entrance is rather big, but afterwards the tunnel turns smaller and they have to crouch to continue. After some walking, the tunnel starts gradually increasing in size and they can walk straight again. They walk for like 10 minutes, just a tunnel that goes deeper and deeper into the earth. My dad starts feeling weird vibes. Something is not normal. Tells nothing to his friend and they keep walking. Eventually they reach a cave. In one corner they see a man just lying on the ground. "Hello?" No response. They get a bit closer. He's sleeping. The man is unnaturally pale, like milk white. His hair is long enough to reach his knees. At first they thought it was a hobo, but his also white clothes are clean. He looks like he has good hygiene, and the man also has lots of gold jewelry on him. Man starts awakening and stands up. He's like 3.5 meters tall, around 12 feet for Americans, most likely more. He says something in a language they don't understand. He doesn't seem hostile, but my dad and his friend still freak out and rush for the exit. The man laughs as if he found it funny. Both my dad and his friend spend the rest of the day and the entire next day thinking about it. After that, decide to go back. The entrance is no longer there. Looks like there never was any cave there. They talk with the locals about it, but no one ever heard of any cave in that location. Be me. Late at night playing Halo 3. Balls deep in some coth. I hear a knock at the door. The fuck.png. Who the hell knocks this late at night? I go grab a kitchen knife and walk to the door. I look through the peephole. I see a skinny guy on the other side. Who is it? Danny. The hell is my neighbor doing knocking on my door? What do you want? Can I come in? No. Sorry. Bye. I go back to the couch to resume playing Halo. Knocking continues for a couple of minutes and Danny asking to come in. The knocking stops. Go back to the door and see Danny still standing there. He's looking right at the peephole. His eyes are glossy. Danny begins to walk to another house. I turn off everything and go to bed. I bring the kitchen knife with me to be sure no weird shit happens. After a strange night sleep, I wake up. After I get up and get breakfast, I realize something. My face when I remember that Danny had died 2 weeks ago in a car crash. Have this dream in a factory. Typical wacky dream shit going on. Go through the back door of the factory. Walk out into a sort of Disney cartoon. A bit like on Who Framed Roger Rabbit. When Valiant is in Toontown. Don't like it. Has this weird sort of opera/choir kind of music in the background. But it's really foreboding and eerie. Whole place feels foreboding and eerie. Start panicking. See phone booth. Use phone booth. Call myself to come rescue myself. Wake up sweating. Time to get up anyway. Go downstairs. See I have message on answering machine. Play message. It's the same music from the dream and someone talking, but you can't make out what's being said. Message was received just before I woke up. Maybe I called my house phone with my mobile while I was sleeping, like some kind of muscle memory thing. Although that wouldn't explain the background music. Remember, my mobile was downstairs charging the whole night anyway. Link related. It's the voicemail. Shared experience with my little brother. Had a few other experiences as well, but nothing like this one. Be 12 years old. Find out that Transformers 2007 is going to be on TV at 11 p.m. on a school night. Want to watch it with my little brother. Ask mom. She says no. We'll see about that. .png. Devise plan with my brother. Pretend to go to sleep. Wait till parents are asleep. Get out of bed. Tell my brother to close all the doors and turn on the TV while I prepare snacks. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. .jpg. Don't hear TV being on. God damn it. .png. Walk into living room. See my brother frozen in place staring at something. Hey, what's wrong? Notice it. See a pitch black entity with white face and red eyes with its head peeking out just behind the couch. It suddenly drops behind the couch. Stand there for a couple of seconds. Walk slowly into kitchen. Take knife. Crouch walk with knife in hand to couch. Peek behind couch. Nothing. We didn't watch Transformers that night. Be me. Be on my break from work. Walking around. Mall type setting. Be walking down long hallway. People are around. Nothing strange. Until wait. My boyfriend is walking towards me from the opposite end of the hall. He's staring at me. Not smiling or anything. What the fuck, it's like noon. He would so not be around here now. Continue walking closer. I start smiling like, lol, what the fuck are you doing here? Suddenly he starts smiling back. Huge grin. Nothing like he would smile like. Horrible feeling. Get even closer. Can totally see his face clearly. Is not him. Looks just like him. Is not him. Something is off. His skin looks weird. He's smiling weird. It's just not him. Though looks exactly like him. Nope. Move around him. Realize maybe I'm tripping. Stop. Look behind me at him. He's still walking. He keeps walking for a while. Oh my god, I'm just tripping. Suddenly, he looks over his shoulder back at me, grinning. Nope. Call my boyfriend. He's at work. Be me, 23, reminiscing about when I was young with my parents. For some reason, we got on the topic of creepy things that kids do. My mom informs me that I used to scare her a great deal as a kid. Used to claim I always saw ghosts all the time. Mom was a firm believer that as a young boy I had some form of connection to the spirit world. She tells me she believes that because of all the weird shit that used to happen around me. Asked her what the weirdest event was. She tells me that one day after school I was sitting in the kitchen talking to her about Harry Potter. She was at the stove making spaghetti. As my mom put it, I suddenly stopped talking. She looked over at me only to watch me fade out of existence like TV static. No idea what that means, but that's exactly how my mom said it. Apparently I just fucking disappeared. I was gone for 5 minutes. My mother was frozen in fear, unable to understand what she just saw. Soon I return, fading back into existence, continuing my story right where I left off like nothing happened. She asks me where I went and what just happened. I didn't know what she was talking about. No memory of any of this. Ask why it took her nearly 2 decades for her to tell me this. She informed me that she was horrified of me as a kid and that incidents like this used to happen all the time with me. To this day, I have no idea what my mom saw and I have no explanation for what happened. This is not a creepypasta. If you know what happened or have an explanation, please tell me. Be me last night. Live in a house built in 1900 to 1910s. Get in bed around 2 a.m. with my cat. Cuddling and watching YouTube. At some point he gets up and walks to my closet door. Starts flipping the fuck out and jumps up on the windowsill, licking himself like crazy. Starts clawing at the window a ton. Is completely avoiding the floor, only jumping up on my dresser, bed, and window. Feel some liquid start dripping on me. There's nothing on me and nothing coming from the ceiling. Start seeing gray figures pop up around my bed. Grab special Damascus knife I keep next to bed since it's the holy steel. The figures disappear. A couple seconds later I hear humans screaming outside. Can hear it come up to the porch steps. Loud crack and screaming stops. Hear footsteps come up porch towards windows. See figure move past first window. Goes around corner to second window. It looks like some pale, mangy, 7-foot dog with human-like front legs. What does that mean? Does that mean it has arms? Like human arms, or does that mean it has human legs as its front legs? Whatever. Starts fucking with the window. Windows are just wood frames with glass, so no locks. Window starts to lift up. Dive out first window with cat and knife. Jump up on railing and climb under the roof just before it reaches me. Waited out till sunrise in boxers on roof with cat. Watch it go into woods behind house. Get back inside and in bed. Cat finally calms down and goes to bed. I haven't slept yet. This is the 3rd time this has happened, but it's never been this bad. Be me, living alone in a kinda shitty house in a bad neighborhood because can't afford anything better and won't live with roommates. Wake up close to 4 a.m. Hear a woman screaming outside. Look out window. See nothing. Screaming quiets. Hear the faint sound of wood scraping across pavement. Think maybe some girl is getting assaulted out there. Grab a golf club I keep in my room for protection and a flashlight. Go outside. Anybody out here? Walk around backyard, see nothing. Still hear faint noise of wood scraping. Still hear faint noise of wood scraping. Walk back to front yard. See something in the shadows near my neighbor's patio. Shine my light on it. What the fuck? It's a nude black woman's torso with freakishly long arms facing away from me. Long, dirty hair, about 4 feet tall. Look down. Her lower body is in some kind of flat-bottomed wooden thing. Like she has a boat for legs. She turns her head towards me. Her eyes are empty sockets. She has no nose. Run the fuck back inside. Hear her scream at me, extremely shrill. Call the cops. Tell them there's a crazy woman outside my neighbor's house. Leave out the part about her having a boat thing for legs. Dispatcher man tells me cops will be there to investigate. They never show up because bad part of town and they have better things to do. Stay up all night with golf club in hand wishing I owned a gun. Hear wooden scraping for about an hour later. Stops close to dawn. Ask neighbor about it next day. He gets really anxious and sweaty, denies knowing what I'm talking about. There was no fucking way he didn't see it. I think maybe he saw it too but was so freaked out he doesn't want to believe it.